Okay, so now we're moving forward with the next three examples. It's going to be three different videos because all together they take a little longer than my video can record. So look for two more videos after this one. So number 10 says, which best describes a quadrilateral with vertices at 7, 8, 9, 10, 7, 12, and 5, 10. First, we need to just think about what we know about quadrilaterals. What do we know about squares, rectangles, parallelograms, rhombus, trapezoid, stuff like that. And then we need to graph the shape. So step 1 is graph. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to graph is the point 7, 8. So I'm going to go over to 7, over to the right 7, and all the way up to 8. Okay, and then I'm going to do 9, 10. So I'm going to go over to the right 9, up 10. Then 7, 12. So I'll go to the right 7, up 12. And 5, 10. So I'm going to go over to the right 5 and all the way up to 10. Okay, so it looks like I have a square. But I need to be able to prove it's a square. So let's see what we know about squares. So we're talking about square characteristics. So characteristics of a square are they have 90-degree angles. Okay. And they have 4 equal sides. So all sides are equal. Alright, so I can determine that all sides are equal with this shape because they just have all of the lines have a little slope of 1, so I can just count the unit squares. So if I count here from 5, 10 to 7, 12, that's 1 unit square, 2 unit squares. That's 2. From 7, 12 to 9, 10, that's 1, 2 again. From 9, 10 to 7, 8, is 2 again, and then from 5, 10 to 7 is 2. Okay, so all of the sides are equal, so that's good. But now we need to prove that we have right angles. So we need to do the slope formula, because if we find a pair of opposite reciprocal slopes, that means those lines are perpendicular. And perpendicular lines form 90-degree angles. So we're using the slope formula to see if we can find perpendicular lines because we know that those lines form right angles. So let's find the slope between 5, 10 and 7, 12. So 5, 10 and 7, 12. This is x1, y1. This is x2, y2. And plug it into your slope formula. So slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And I'm going to take 12. So 12, that's my y2 minus 10. And then x2 minus 5. 12 minus 10 is 2. 7 minus 5 is 2, and simplified, it's 1. Okay, so the slope from 510 to 712 is 1. Now let's find the slope from 510 to 78 to prove they are perpendicular. So 7, 8. Okay, so x1, y1, x2, y2. Plug it into the slope formula. Y2 is 8, so that's 8 minus 10. And y1 is 10, so that's where I get 10 from. And then x2 is 7 minus x1, which is 5, so 7 minus 5. 8 minus 10 is negative 2. 7 minus 5 is a positive 2. And when I simplify, I get negative 1. So here we have a slope of negative 1 and a slope of positive 1. So those are opposite reciprocals, and opposite reciprocals make right angles. So it is a square because opposite reciprocals make right angles. So your answer choice should be C, square.